I've got fantastic books and where to find them. And today I'm going to be doing the Harry Potter book spell tag. I was tagged by Rachel's Readings on Twitter via her blog. I will stick a link for that in the description below. This tag was originally created by Kimberley Faye reads, and I'll stick a link to that below as well. It's a really long tag, so I'm just going to dive right in. Just a disclaimer that I'm really terrible at pronouncing spell names. I apologise in advance. Accio, an upcoming release you want to get your hands on right now. Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. I want to rip it off like a band-aid and get it over and done with as soon as possible. Not that I think it's going to be bad, I need to know what happens. Alohomora, your favourite series starter. It was almost Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for me, but I think actually it's going to be A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. Sorry. Cheering Charm, a book that gives you the warm fuzzies. I find this one really hard because I find I tend to focus on the stuff that breaks me more than anything else, but for this I'm going to go for Nimona by Noelle Stevenson because it was really sweet and adorable and I love the relationships in it. Aquamente, a book that made you ugly cry. A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Lord of Shadows was a close second, but I cried for a full 45 minutes after I'd finished reading A Monster Calls, so that wins. Expecto Patronum, a hero or heroine you'd like to have around to protect you in real life. Selena Sadathian from Throne of Glass. Not Aelin, I want Selena. And we could have sassy banter at the same time. Lumos, a book you intentionally spoiled for yourself. I have never ever done this. Sometimes I've gone to put my bookmark in the back of my book while I'm reading it and I've accidentally looked at the last line or something, but it's never really spoiled anything for me, so nothing yet and hopefully nothing ever. Imperio, a book you wish you could make everybody else read because you loved it so much. Ready Player One by Ernie Klein. I was going to say Strange to Dreamer because I'm making everyone read that pretty much and listen to it on audiobook, but I think Ready Player One is probably going to be more successful across loads of different tastes and because it's the best book. Ingorgio, a book series you wish had never ended. I don't know about never ending, but I wish we had had more of the Healer series by Marie Snyder. I really liked Avery and I wish we'd had more of her story. Wingardium Leviosa, a book with an uplifting message or ending. Now I've written City of Heavenly Fire. I wrote these answers down in advance so that this would be a bit quicker. And I've written City of Heavenly Fire. I think because of a certain reunion scene. And I don't know, that just sort of made me feel warm and fuzzy and happy inside, I guess. I just don't think I read enough happy books. Obliviate, a book you wish you could forget you ever read. Deadlocked from the Sookie Stackhouse books. It's the very last one and it ruined the whole series for me. I gave the books away and I've tried to never think about it since. Anna Pino, an author whose books always get you out of a slump. It's not an author so much for me. I mean, if it had to be anyone, it'd probably be Cassandra Clare. But usually it's particular books and it's like City of Bones, maybe ACOTAR and Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Just because they're good opening points and they get me into certain genres and a certain mind frame to want to do more reading. But yeah, I guess if I had to pick an author, it'd probably be Cassie Clare. The Jelly Legs Jinx, a swoon-worthy hero or heroine. Jace, particularly from City of Bones, or any point before he gets completely emo, I guess. He's just full of sass and he's one-liners and he could kick butt and I love Jace so very much. Arresto Momentum, a book that made you forget to do other things until you'd finished it. Caravel is the only book I've read in a day. But I will give a special mention to Catching Fire because people had to physically take the book away from me before I would do anything. Crucio, a book that was painful to read for whatever reason or broke you. The Lord of Shadows. The stuff that happens in it is bad, but I didn't think I would have classed it as broke me bad, but it did put me into a reading slump for almost half a year. So because of that, I'm going to say it must have broke me somehow. Rook to Semper, a book that had you laughing out loud. I don't laugh out loud when I read very often. I cry, I get terrified and stuff, but I don't think I very often laugh. The only time I can think that I've ever done that would probably be reading the first Unmumsy Mum book. I've not read the second one yet, so that might have the same effect, but the first one did make me laugh out loud a good few times, or at least snort. Expelliarmus, a book that made you want to send it or your e-reader flying. A Court of Mist and Fury, for the tensiony bits and the ending. At the time, I didn't realise it was a 3-book series. You've probably heard the story a million times, so I wasn't expecting a cliffhanger. Portis, a book world you wish you could visit. Just Harry Potter, everyone wants to go to Hogwarts, I want to go to Hogwarts. It seems one of the safer options out of all the books I read, so yeah, I'm going to just Hogwarts please. The Wizarding World, I guess, I want to go to Hogwarts. Stupefy, a book with a shock, twist or ending. The Loneliest Girl in the Universe by Lauren James. Didn't see it coming, even a little bit. Still can't believe it. Go read it. Avada Kedavra, a character's death that destroyed you. Spoiler alert for Lord of Shadows, by the way. I'm going to say Livy from Lord of Shadows, but there's probably worse out there. I'm sure some of the deaths we have in Harry Potter probably broke me worse. In fact, I'm pretty sure they have done. But at the moment, all I can think of is that. Probably because it was so recent and it still breaks me. Probably the most since Harry Potter or the Mass Effect games. Finette Incartum, best series conclusion. I have a really bad track record with the ends of series. I notoriously just do not like them. I have been very unsatisfied with most series ends that I've had. True Blood, the Poison Study series, the ACOTAR series at the moment I'm not happy with. I'm fairly okay with the Grisha trilogy ending. That wasn't too bad, but I think Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, just because I love that line at the end. I love all was well. I love that. It's a brilliant ending. And speaking of endings, we got to the end of the tag. We made it. Wasn't quite as bad as it could have been. It wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. So that's good. I hope I pronounced things mostly correct. And I didn't poke my eye out with my wand. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, give us a subscribe because that is awesome. Until then, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.